Hi, my name is Michael Ross. I live in New Hope, Pennsylvania, and my quilt is titled Mutations Number 2. It's a series that I started a year and a half ago, and I have been working in this mode in art quilts for about 3 years now, almost 3 years. And I started quilting about 2 years before that, just dabbling in different techniques, and then came across improvisational quilting and abstract quilting specifically. I consider myself a colorist, and that's really the thing that got me into working with quilts as a medium. I started to learn how to dye fabrics 3 years ago, and then that led into this abstract piecing work that I've been doing since then. And so I like with this one in particular, I wanted to play around with the different configurations or motif and then mutated it basically and exaggerate, add elements, remove elements within the different units. And at the same time, play with color and use color in ways that people wouldn't think, like, well, you wouldn't put this color with that color. I have a little bit of a background in fashion design, and so it was interesting coming into this mode of work from fashion where you just don't really wear certain colors with other colors. But with this, I threw all those rules out the window and just started putting things in. I was making the first two pieces in this series in the winter of last year. And in Pennsylvania at that time, it was a blizzard every week, lose power, generator comes on, no color outside. So there are a lot of days that I would get into my studio and looking outside, it was white, gray, not much, maybe some evergreens, still with a little bit of snow. So I just really needed some bright colors to kind of brighten up my space and my attitude. So I would start with a lot of these and just put, a bright green, bright orange, and do that. And then just kind of work around it and think, if it doesn't work in the end, then I'll change it. But for the most part, things kind of worked, and I would start just experimenting and just having fun with it. And the one thing is, once I assembled all of the units and trimmed them down, the thing that I really love is how some of these ground shapes start to develop. And none of this was planned. As I cut it, I wasn't planning to connect these lines, for example, or have this kind of come through. I use serendipity a lot in how I assemble my units and just kind of let it go. I do not plan ahead for the colors because I was composing the pairs of units together at the same time. So I would do the reversals, but I didn't really have any sense of exactly how I was going to format them together. So there were a few different layouts that I had in mind, and it was going to be at the end where I would decide which one that I wanted to use. So I really, even in the end of assembling, I just do it improvisationally and just kind of trust whatever is there is going to happen. This is my first juried show to be in. And this is the only piece that I submitted. It was the only piece I had available to submit. So I'm thrilled, I'm honored, I'm surprised, all of it. And it's really, it's kind of hitting me with the opening last night. People have been, are you getting excited? And I'm like, well, I've never been to a big opening of a show. I've seen other Quilt National shows and parts of them in tour, but never to the opening. So it's all just really a wonderful experience. And I'm completely honored that, that my quilt was selected, and everyone at the Dairy Barn was great, very supportive and very helpful.